Hello, I'm Todd Rosselli, and welcome to the 2010 Water Ski Fantasy Camp, brought to you by Malibu Boats and Boatmate Trailers. This year we were joined by two elite athletes, world champions Will Asher and Thomas Degasperi. They were there with one thing in mind, to help our campers get to the next level. So what does it take to get to the next level? You start with the world-class skiing conditions of Swiss Ski School in Clermont, Florida. You add in the robust power and the butter-soft wakes of the Malibu Response LXI. Combine that with the instruction of two world champions, and you're there, ready to make it happen. Now these guys gave a lot of personalized instruction to the campers throughout the week. Each camper was treated to 3 sets of on-the-water training. The guys started with their stance. They looked at how they stood on the ski, how they could turn more efficiently, reduce slack line. They even looked at their equipment. They made a few tweaks here and there. Campers were also welcome to try new equipment. We had Conleys and HOs on site for them to try out. I think that they got a lot of benefit of not only trying this equipment out, but getting to see Thomas and Will ski as well. You can learn a lot just by watching. Now, Will and Thomas, they've been competing against each other since they were in their early teens. You know, even though they're Team Malibu athletes, they don't like to lose, not one bit. So we thought it would be cool to put them together in a friendly competition in the backyard of Swiss Ski School. So our first event, it was a traditional round. The only addition was that we allowed them one mulligan. Well, both guys had some questionable gaits along the way. Maybe they didn't really round 3 ball at 41. Maybe a little fakey. Well, we'll call that event a wash. The next event was the 41 off challenge.
You boys ready to get it on? We got a 41 off competition right here at Water Ski Magazine Fantasy Camp, brought to you by Team Malibu.
I love Thomas. I can't wait to ski against him. This is going to be so much fun.
Now,
not only do we get to not warm up, we got to take 4 cracks at 41. I'm excited.
Will Asher proved to be the champion. On several attempts, he ran 3 buoys. Thomas was hanging in there close, but wasn't quite there. Aside from all the action and instruction on the water throughout the week, we had some other activities built into the program. For one, we had legendary water sports photographer Bill Doster documenting the whole week. Bill treated our campers to a photo session on the water with Will Asher. That's where they learned all of his tips and techniques to capturing those great moments. In addition to Doster's photo clinic, we had the champion maker, Mr. Matt Reaney, in-house. He did an hour-long Q&A session with all of our campers. He answered questions that ranged from fin adjustments, binding adjustments, how to stand on the ski better, how to turn better. I think the campers got a lot from the experience. So what kind of progression can you expect after a few days of fantasy camp? You're going to run 2 passes better than you ever have. Now, kidding aside, you're going to learn a lot. It's all about the fundamentals. You know, it's not about coming to the camp and trying to beat your personal best the first few days that you're there. It's about really going back to the basics of skiing, learning how to properly stand on the ski, how to be more efficient through the course, and how to really maximize your time on the water. Now, we certainly had our share of success stories at the camp. Kevin Ingle arrived from Canada. After a few days, he ran a personal best in the course, all 6 at 30 miles an hour, and he was completely stoked. Now, other students like Christoph, they really went back to the basics. It was early season for him in Switzerland, so when he came to the camp, we started him at a slower speed. Will and Thomas both worked on the fundamentals on his basic stance, his pull-out at 32 miles an hour compared to his usual 34, and you could really see the progression at the slower speeds. Some skiers just can't get enough at our annual fantasy camp, and that's why Thomas and his daughter Celia came back for their 2nd year in a row. This year they were joined by a mommy, also known as the Energizer Bunny. Barbara just kept going and going and going. She couldn't get enough. Big smiles all week long. And then there's campers like Buddy, always smiling, having a good time. He took in all the knowledge he learned from Thomas and Will throughout the week and applied every bit. It was great to see his progression. After a few days, his hands did resemble chopped meat, but he kept on smiling, because he's just Buddy. He's a great guy. So there you have it, folks. A week inside Water Skis Fantasy Camp. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, especially Malibu Boats and Boatmate Trailers. And I'd like to give big props to our boys, Thomas Degasperi and Will Asher. Team Malibu, you guys rock. Thank you.